How's it going, everyone? It's Stretford Post. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to Breaking Dawn. Another day, another dawn, another day, another dawn. How do we put it into words, guys? So glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new and smash a like on the video if you guys can do that. For me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's get through some of your comments. I got a few to get through already. Big up everyone who's joined me this morning. You big up. Big up. I'll get through some of these in a minute. Good morning, Sal, and good afternoon from wet and rainy Brisbane. Big up, Jim. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Big up, Jim. Big up, Australia. Massive, of course, guys. Kudos to Boma Barada by sacking Dan Ashford. The guy was never best in class. Kudos then, but we wasted a lot of money, didn't we, Kenny? We wasted a lot of money in doing it. We might as well, you know what I mean? We wasted millions in appointing Ashford and sacking Ashford, of course, guys, which is disappointing, you know, wasting money. Big up everyone, of course. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Getting ready for my flight. Have fun, my friend. You're going to England, isn't it, Sanjay? I think you're going to England. Good. Have fun, my friend. Any advice? Let me know if you want any advice. Big up everyone, of course, in the chat, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joining me today. Big up Sniper Man. How you doing, you legend? Hope you're doing well, guys. Hope everyone is doing absolutely fine and dandy, guys. Really good to have you guys on board, of course, in the ever-changing world of Manchester United, isn't it? You know what? There's been some crazy things going on, some crazy quotes going on. I'm going to bring them into the show very quickly. And I'm also going to talk about a number of transfer targets that Manchester United surprisingly are going after, which have not been mentioned before, and it adds to Manchester United's ever-growing wish list in regards to their transfer targets, guys. So it's going to be interesting going forward, of course, guys, with Manchester United and with basically the future with the director of football. Apparently, we're not going to get a director. Some people are saying we're not going to get a director of football. Some people are saying we're going to get another director of football. This guy, whether it's Campos, whoever it is, we're linked to all of them. And another name that has been resurfacing is Dougie Freeman. Dougie Freeman is at Crystal Palace, of course. Obviously, done a fantastic job at Crystal Palace. A great eye for talent. And he's high on Manchester United's list of replacements for directors of football. But it is said Manchester United will not replace the director of football this season. It could be next season during the summer transfer window. Now, they've also said that he may not be replaced. Dan Ashford may not be replaced. Look, you know what? What has happened has happened. Ineos have made a mistake. They got Ashford. It didn't work out. They got rid of him. They wasted millions of pounds, haven't they? So at the end of the day, you know what? They have to live with it. Maybe they want to save money. Maybe they feel like the guys at the club right now can do the job. They don't need any more cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. So they're going to just leave it, you know. But there are a number of names that are interested in the job. Big names are interested in the Manchester United directors of football job, including Ralph Rangnick, of course. We all know about Ralph Rangnick. We all know what Ralph Rangnick said. We all know the quotes and everything. Ralph Rangnick should never have left the football club in the first place, guys. Absolutely not. He should never have left the football club. Absolutely one of the worst mistakes I think that Ineos have done. Not Ineos, but you know what? The ex-owners done with Murto and Woodward and those guys. I think it's one of the worst things they did, in my opinion, guys, if I'm being quite frank with you guys. Quite frank butcher. Big up, Jim. Absolutely perfect, my friend. Good to see you, brother. I'm absolutely good. Bless up. Sal, did you see what Neville said about Amorim? Yes, I did. Disgraceful. You know what? If these ex-players want to become managers, if they think they know so much, why don't they go and become managers, guys? Why don't you? Absolutely. Big up, Rasta. How you doing, my bro? Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Also, did you see Ronaldo's new video? Ronaldo Jr. Yeah, I saw it. He said, inshallah, didn't he? He said, inshallah, didn't he, Sniper Man? You remember that? I saw that. So Rasta, don't forget to like the stream, guy. Big up Rasta, big up my friend, big up yourself, of course. Texas, Burgestan, City, Burgestan. There you go. Big up Sniper. I don't understand why our fan base love to moan the most. The rebuild is going to take years. We'll see how it happens next. But you know what? Our fan base will never be patient. Look, we're Manchester United, Kenny, and I'll say this right. We're Manchester United. Patience has to be implemented when it comes to regards to the manager. But when the fan base see huge errors in regards to appointments, wasting millions of pounds, they're going to criticize. You're going to get scrutiny on your name. This is Manchester United, guys. You know what? Being raised in England, I know what Manchester United mean. to a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? People have every right. It's been 11 years since Man United challenged for the title. You know what I mean? And they're going to moan, and to be honest with you, we have to accept the moaning. But one thing I will not tolerate is people going against the manager so soon, calling out the manager so soon, because at the end of the day, this is going to take time. It's not going to take years. It shouldn't take years. We're Manchester United. We should never take years to change, to fix things up. Absolutely not. We've been waiting 11 already, guys. So at the end of the day, no, years is like a bit of extreme. You know what I mean? It should take Man United. Man United should be back next season, in my opinion. Man United should be challenging next season, should be back next season. And I firmly believe we will, guys. I think we will be back next season. I think this season's a little bit of a write-off, although I do feel we can get up that league and move up that league. But I feel like next season is our season. This is why the good thing about Ruben Amorim coming in right now, because Ruben Amorim can fix things now. Separate the bad apples from the good apples, the bad eggs from the good eggs, and he can get the players in now and get the players out now and be prepared for the start of next season, guys, which, of course, should be a much better season than now. Because so far, from start to this day, it's been an absolutely atrocious season, hasn't it? It's been awful, hasn't it, guys, this season? And to be honest with you, it can only get better, guys. It can only get better. And the one thing I would say, yes, we implement patience, but years is a bit extreme. Goodness me. But yeah, it should take a while for Man United to get back to where we were, of course, guys. We should be challenging very soon. And I'm all for it. We're challenging. I'm all for it, guys. I can't wait for us to challenge again. If I'm being honest, with Man United in the league challenge again. Because Man United should be challenging for league titles, isn't it? That's Man United. We should be challenged for league titles. We shouldn't be waiting around for years and years and years for something to happen, guys. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, at the end of the day, look, we remain positive. We remain not overly zealous, of course, guys. We're not overly positive, but you know what? We're filled with hope that it will change. Because at the moment, everything that's coming out of Manchester United is bad news, guys. It's bad news. And I'm really tired of the bad news, if I'm being totally honest, guys. I'm really tired of the bad news. I want good news for a change. I don't know about you guys, but it is exhausting. Because Man United, I mean, we've been through the mud for the last year and a half, whatever it's been, with Erik ten Hag and stuff like that. The toxicity going around Man United. It's been a little bit crazy, hasn't it, guys? It's been mad, hasn't it? And to be honest with you, it drives me mad, you know what I mean? It drives me mad. Let's have a look at more of your comments. Big up, Jim. So I hear all sorts of stories following around. Some calling for Ineos to leave already. Chaos. Also, ticket prices, guys, cancelled. Also, cut. I mean, there's a lot of cost cutting going on, Jim. There's a lot of cost cutting. There's a lot of sadness in regards to people losing their jobs, people with mortgages, people with bills to pay, people with kids. And I think this is very sad in regards to what Man United are doing right now, what Ineos are doing right now. But one thing I will not say, Jim, and I will not say this, I will not say RIP Man United. I will not clickbait people to saying stupid things like that on their thumbnails. You know, if you understand Man United, you understand where we come from, you wouldn't say such nonsense like that on your thumbnails, right? And we all know who they are. RIP Man United. We're going into bankruptcy. And everyone knows that Manchester United are in debt, right? Man United are in debt. You cannot go into bankruptcy unless you file for bankruptcy, right? Number one. Man United have always been in debt. We knew Man United were in debt. We've been in debt for 20 years, guys. We know at the end of the day. But Man United are not bankrupt. Man United have money, which is why Man United are going after players. Man United are still going after players, signing players, sacking board of directors and sporting directors and stuff like that. They're sacking these people, of course, guys. So don't listen to these people, the fake United fans talking about RIP United and you know what, stuff like that. You know what, we are in a bad position because of the Glazers, but it's been like that since 2005. An absolute nonsense the way the Glazers have been running this football club at the end of the day. But you know what, Man United always have, they have money there. The debt is there. The debt's being paid off. You know, but Man United are penny pinching because they got certain things they want to do with the football club, i.e. build a stadium, things like that. They want to build a stadium. They want to bring in the infrastructure. They spent $1 billion, not a billion, but $1 billion on the club, but millions on the training academy, of course, guys, as well, just recently. So obviously they're going to be a little bit penny pinching. It doesn't mean they're going bankrupt, guys. So absolute nonsense from those people. But never was a poor manager, Sniper Man, and he got shipped out pretty quickly. Absolutely. Also, Bergenstow was a City footballer director. We should get R&R in. Ralph Ragnick, I agree. Big up Ralph Ragnick. Shouldn't have went in the first place, Kameli. Should not have went in the first place, my friend. Absolutely. That's all I can say. We have to embrace the pain, and we are going to... Absolutely, mate. It is what it is. We are going to be bantered, guys. We are going to be bantered, guys, but we have to take it. You know what? We will get our time. We will get our time, guys. I'm pretty certain. Yes, Kenny. Big up, my friend. Good to see you back, man. Absolutely. Text me sometime, Kenny. I need to add you to the group and stuff like that. Big up yourself. Sir Jim Radcliffe is too impatient. Apparently, Nice FC is a mess with constant changes. Maybe Sir Jim Radcliffe and Browser should have leave it to the experts and not the second guess the expert. But Almat, this is exactly what we were saying, isn't it? It's exactly why we wanted a full sale. It's exactly why we wanted the Glazers out. And people are going to go, this isn't the Glazers' fault. Glazers employed them, right, at the end of the day. So what I'm saying is that this is why we wanted a full sale. Glazers out, refresh, different people at the football club. Because we cannot speak in hypotheticals. We cannot speak in hindsight at the end of the day. But one thing I would say, it would give us more of a chance if we had Qatar in the football club right now to be successful. It would have been more chance of us being successful with Qatar than without Qatar. Do you know what I mean? And having Ineos. But we did predict this, of course, guys. I mean, a few years, not long. Nah, yeah, I know what you mean, Kenny. No problem, mate. No, but I mean, look, we can't wait years and years for success. No way. I can't. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. Let's see what happens in January transfer window. Absolutely. Don't expect too much, though. Don't expect too much, of course. But don't listen to the bullshit. Don't listen to the stuff about bankruptcy, about RIP Man United, about these rubbish rumours what's going on about Man United for people who don't have contacts with the club. They speculate and they create toxicity within the club, and they create obviously bad feelings and stuff, and more. They feed into the negative narrative that obviously creates hysteria and sensationalism, and we don't want that at the end of the day, because that is not true. I know they want to get clicks. I know they want to get likes sitting in Thailand, wherever they're sitting, and they want to get likes and stuff like that. They want to act like they know stuff, but they don't know stuff. And I know that for a fact, you know what I mean? And the thing is, they need to just pipe down a little bit and calm down and try and think of solutions rather than talking about the Glazers and what you're going to do about the Glazers at the end of the day, guys. What you're going to do? You're talking at the end of the day, we all want the Glazers out. We all want the Glazers out. We all hope that they leave the football club, if we're being honest. But at the moment, what can we do? I've done walkouts. I've been at marches. I've done it all, guys, at the end of the day. And the thing is that, you know what, all we can do is fingers crossed that we hope that they're bought out sooner or later, because honestly, it's getting a bit of a crazy one, isn't it? People losing their jobs, Christmas dinner, you know what I mean? Things like that. These are petty things. We know they're petty things. We know, but the Glazers have instigated. The Glazers are the ones that employed these people, of course. Slabberman, why is Everett Ferdinand not defending the club now? Yeah, I'm going to bring in that, guys. I just want to bring in this quotes for you real quickly, if you don't mind. Some quotes here, if you don't mind, guys. Let me just bring this in real quickly, if you don't mind, guys. Here we go. So this is from Rio Ferdinand.
His departure from Manchester United. Confusion is the first thing that comes to mind. Like, I just hope they're this brutal as they have been with the staff that have been there for years, and that they're culling, right? I hope they're this brutal with the players that are there.
Yeah.
If there's any players that are there, and ones that have either been there too long, or the ones who just ain't good enough,
gotta go, bro.
Be as brutal as they've been. Get them the fuck out, quick, ASAP. And I hope they're like that. For better or worse, at least they've made a bloody decision. That's the way I think about it. But you look at the things that are going on, I think there's a lot of noise around the club. Ticket prices now going up. There's been laying off of 250 plus staff. And again, it's like they're very definitive, and they're very like, right, we're doing this, and we don't care about the noise.
Okay, guys, that was Rio Ferdinand, obviously, last night. You know, getting very edgy, Rio. He's getting very edgy, Rio. He's getting very irritated, Rio. But you know what? I have to admit, I agree with Rio Ferdinand. I agree with Rio Ferdinand there, because the measure of Ineos is who they can get rid of, right? Okay, they're getting rid of the sporting director. They're getting rid of this guy. They're getting rid of the tea lady. They're getting rid of the kit man. They're getting rid of all these people, of course, guys. All these people they're getting rid of course, guys, which is sad. But why don't they get rid of those players? Some of those players they need to get rid of. They need to get rid of them. And to be honest with you, I will measure Ineos on getting rid of the players, because that is the most expensive thing to do, isn't it? That's the thing that's going to cost money. That's the thing that's going to cost skill. That's the thing that's going to cost negotiation. This is what it's all about. If you want to get rid of all these players, then you know what? You know what I mean? That is it. Guys, a little bit of news for you. You may have heard of a player called Ricardo Pepe. Ricardo Pepe is an American international 21-year-old forward who currently plays for PSV Eindhoven. He has 14 matches this season with 10 goals and 2 assists, guys. So a very prolific striker, young, up-and-coming striker, absolutely perfect. He scored at the last game. They won 6-1 against FC20, PSV. And you know what? A very promising player. He's a player that has caught the attention of Ineos, right? Subject to bankruptcy, right? And he's caught the attention of Ineos. And basically, Man United have inquired about the possibility of signing this player. Of course, this player has just recently signed for PSV, so he will fetch quite a number of pennies, of course, guys, money, of course, guys, in regards to his price tag. Absolutely. So we have to look at him and think, you know what, good player, but another one on the conveyor belt, guys. And to be honest with you, American international, scored a lot of goals this season. Of course, he's only worth, guys, about 12 million euros. But we know that this is going to times in ridiculously. This will probably go to 40 million if Man United are going to go after a player like that. It does represent a cheaper option. Of course, it is cheaper than a lot of strikers out there. And of course, Manchester United are interested in Jonathan David as well. That brings in Jonathan David. Jonathan David is another player. Of course, Man United have been linked heavily with over the last few years. It seems like we've been linked with David. Of course, 14 matches, 11 goals this season, 1 assist. Of course, guys, scored again at the weekend in a 3-1 win over Brest. Guys, so you know what, definitely didn't get a double, obviously, but you know what, got the 1 goal, of course, guys. But you know what, definitely a good player as well. But Man United, a little bit older, 24 years old, of course. Good player, in my opinion. To be honest with you, 2 players that Man United are interested in on different spectrums, of course, guys, different ends of the spectrum. So, you know what, Pepe's one that is just coming out now, I mean, in regards to links to him, but he is wanted by Liverpool as well. Man United are in the hunt, of course, as well. But Jonathan Davis has also been making noise this last couple of weeks. And yesterday, noise is coming that he wouldn't mind a move to the Premier League. So if he wouldn't mind a move to the Premier League, who else better than Manchester United as well? I know that we're in a bad place, guys. I know we're in a bad place. But you know what? I believe Man United still have that appeal. I think Man United still have the appeal, of course. But right now, what's going on at the football club? You know what? It sort of puts a downer on things when people lose their job. I know it's a bad thing, of course, guys. People are losing their job, and that's nothing to be sniffed at. Never. It is never not anything to be sniffed at when people lose their job, of course. So I saw this video the other day, and I wanted to play it to you guys real quick. Absolutely.
We talked a few weeks ago about how Jim Ratcliffe was scrapping the free lunch boxes that were traditionally given to Man United's matchday staff, and instead demanding they feed themselves by picking through the leftovers of the corporate buffets. But this week, he headed into the dusty bowels of Old Trafford to deliver his latest round of cuts. So, squirreled away somewhere deep in the archive, he found the bookish club historian Cliff Butler. He's been at the club for 40 years, apparently.
Wow.
But 6 months with Jim Ratcliffe, he's out the door. After handing the long-serving boffin his P45, Jim turned his attentions to the club's beloved kitman, who has been axed as well. He then rounded off his firing spree with the beloved comms officer John Allen, who apparently has been there for 25 years. And Ratcliffe actually wheeled out Eric Ten Hag to present John with a shirt with 25 on the back.
Ten Hag looks really apologetic. Yeah. John Allen looks gutted. He looks absolutely gutted. I wonder who sorted out that shirt, because the kit man's gone as well.
True. So we talked a few weeks ago about how Jim Ratcliffe.
That one, of course, that is crazy, isn't it? A little bit of comedy in there, but it's not a joke, is it, at the end of the day? This is Ineos. Ineos are showing their ugly colour. They are cost cutters. This is what they do, guys. And we should have known that from a very long time. Before they came to the football club, we should have known that. They will sacrifice lambs to get their dinner. They would. And at the end of the day, lambs, metaphorically speaking, I'm talking about employees at Manchester United. Now, it's about time that some of those players on 350,000 a week are gone from this football club, And you know what? At the end of the day, one wage of 350 grand a week, how many jobs will that save? How many jobs will 350 grand a week when someone is earning 30 grand a year? How many jobs? 500 jobs? Something like that is a bit crazy, isn't it? At the end of the day, of course, guys. Let's have a look at some of your comments, guys. So Joe is impatient about, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And in regards to impatience, Matt, sometimes you've got to be a little bit acute with what you do. You can't be too knee-jerk reaction, isn't it? You know, you've got to be a little bit more patient, wait a while. But you know what? Jim Ratcliffe's an old fella. And he probably wants success right now. He's probably desperate for success. He's probably desperate for this to work because obviously he prevented a full sale. Let's be honest, they facilitated the Glazers, right? And at the end of the day, you know, we could have had a full sale and things would have been a lot different by now. All hindsight right now, it doesn't really matter, though, does it? Because Qatar are not going to buy us out, of course, guys. But, you know, one thing I would say is that, you know what, it would have been a lot better than it is right now. Because right now, things are bad on the pitch. Things are bad off the pitch. What else? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we can't get any worse than that, can we? Big up Kenny, by the way. Yeah, don't forget to contact me, brother. Let's see what happens in January. Yes, Rasta. 3-match run would probably build confidence. I agree. The thing is, Kamala, we got a very difficult couple of games coming up, haven't we? We've got Man City first, ain't we? We'll probably beat Pilsen. I'm pretty confident that we're going to beat FC Pilsen, Victoria Pilsen. I think we'll beat them on Thursday. Of course, I do believe that we should beat them. And then we play Man City. And hopefully we go into the Man City game with a little bit more confidence that we have at the moment, of course, guys. Hopefully. Why is Everett or Ferdinand not defending the club? That we can't, I mean, at the end of the day, I almost forgotten that Gary Neville was a Valencia manager. It was hilarious. Yeah, I saw 7-0 to Barcelona, of course. Afro Soup, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. We've been moving in the same circle for a long time. A blind can see what we have. We have a low average squad. Please, so Jimmy, can you please fire the consistent player? That is what we want to see most, Afro Soup. We want to see some of those players leaving the football club, and those players that have been there for many, many years. It's the most important thing that they leave the football club. That is what's most important. We want them to leave the football club, guys. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to sack the dinner man, the kit man, whatever you want, the butler. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's easy to sack those people, but what about those players? You know what I mean? We've been down tooling. Absolutely, Sal. You're speaking the truth, Sal. People like Rants are close to saying Amorim out. I pay no attention to them. I'm like you when they're carefully, too many sources, so much lies. Absolutely, Jim. Even people I've been associated with are putting out thumbnails in regards to sensationalism and things like that. You know what I mean? Yesterday we had people talking about bankruptcy and RIP Man United. We know who they are, and they shouldn't be doing that. At the end of the day, this does not help anyone at the moment. We're not going to be bankrupt, guys. At the end of the day, it's fishing for clicks, and I don't like that sort of thing. In regards to that other guy, at the end of the day, it's only going to take a couple of weeks, and then he's going to start throwing a crap at our new manager, Ruben Amorim. This is why we're not going to get successful, guys. Because of this, because of the not support, because of the lack of patience, because the knee-jerk reaction, the sensationalism, the lies, the this, that are just rolled up into a little ball and thrown out there into the public, and it creates toxicity all over the fan base, guys. And that is the problem at Manchester United with these people. These people drive me absolutely mad. I know you want clicks. I know you don't have money. But listen, guys, tell the truth. This is the football club you're talking about. It's the football club you're talking about. RIP Man United. No, mate, RIP you and your mother. We're not talking about that, mate. We're not talking about RIP Man United. It's nothing to do with RIP Man United. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We've got the owners that have a certain ownership model. They have a certain ownership model, and that is about what it, isn't it? At the end of the day, they have an ownership model. This is their ownership model. This is what they do. And we knew that from a long, long time ago. That's why we are advocating for Qatar. That's why we're advocating for a full sale, the Glazers out, the debt cleared. This is why, guys, exactly. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I'm tired of the sensationalism things that people are bringing in now to add salt into the wound. We got enough wounds as it is. Maybe bring us up a little bit, guys. Bring us up. Of course, guys. Something to bring you guys up real quickly. Let me have a look at this. Show you this. It is our friend, good old.
1, 2, drop. Good, well done. Good. Slide. First time, open the body up. Oh, wow. Slide. Good, finish first time. Finish. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Good, don't worry about this, coach, Cheeto. Play.
Can't wait for Obi Martin to come back into the team, guys. Really excited about Obi Martin breaking into the side, because I do believe he's going to break into the side. I think he's going to score some goals, that lad. He's going to score some goals, and we're going to be up there. Absolutely up there. Of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's have a look. Rasta. They venture us both. We have 13 league titles, and we are 3 times champions of Europe, and the first time ever to win a treble. Absolutely, mate. A real treble, Rasta. A real treble. No cheating. 115, of course. Absolutely. I mean, they are banter us, but we are 13. Yeah. I mean, deep down, they know we can't banter us, but at the end of the day, it is what it is at the moment, what they're doing, of course, guys. The same with Saeed. To fake people can never slip the judgment. You know what I mean? The truth. It's not just them, mate. It's not just them. You were commenting on one of their statuses yesterday. One of them is, is terrible. But bad players here are best players somewhere else. Look at Sancho. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Bad players here are best players somewhere else. Look at Sancho. He's not a best player there, mate. He was left out for a couple of weeks, mate. He was left out the squad. He scored 1 goal. You think he's the best player? At the end of the day, he's not even their best player. Cole Palmer is their best player at the end of the day. Jackson has been better than them this season. I wouldn't say, my friend Sniper Man, that Sancho is done anything but average this season. He's been average. Obviously, they're going to overly sensationalize the performances because they didn't like Ten Hag. That's it. You know what I mean? And they agreed with what Ten Hag did. At the end of the day, I don't agree with petulance. I don't agree with sport brats going to Twitter to talk about the football club, which is what Sancho did. Look, at the end of the day, I wish Sancho the best of luck. I hope he does well at where he's done, but hopefully he doesn't do as good as Man United. At the end of the day, that is what it is. He's not playing for us anymore. He doesn't play for us. And listen, name one player who has been the best player at their football club since they left Man United. Name one player. Sancho's not Chelsea's best player. He's not their top 5. You know what I mean? So name one player that has done well since leaving Man United. Through historically. Beckham. Ronaldo. That's it, isn't it? It's just like Jose Mourinho said. When they play, if they play, when they leave the football club, isn't it? Jose Mourinho said it himself, of course. Almac, it is easier to get rid of managers than players, Casemiro and Rashford and Bruno. Yeah, absolutely. And this is the problem, Almac, isn't it? It's the incompetence of the board that have given these players this much money. I mean, I wouldn't have given Bruno a new contract. I'm sorry. I know some people believe he deserved a new contract, but I believe contracts should be earned. I believe contracts should be earned. I believe you should win things before you get offered a new contract. I firmly believe that, guys. Unless it's a year extension on your current deal, then I understand. But when you're giving out ridiculous contracts for players who've achieved nothing, despite how highly rated some people think they are, that's where we get the problem, isn't it? And we find it difficult to get rid of those players. The only thing we can do, Almac, is this: we have to cut a loss. We have to sell those players for a ridiculously low fee. A low fee, which obviously I'm talking about a percentage of how much they're worth. That's the only thing, cut a loss. And that will take the wages off the wage bill, of course, guys. Maybe Saudi Arabia, maybe a country on that nature could be bidding for those players, of course, guys. Absolutely. The tea lady, what has she done? Absolutely, absolutely. Big up, Brian. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Absolutely, Brian. No problem with ticket prices going up. United cheaper than most clubs. Mate, United are cheaper than most clubs. Look, Jim Ratcliffe spoke about yesterday about Fulham. Fulham in London, mate. Fulham have a smaller ground. They don't sell as many tickets. This is the difference, right? Man United sells 76,000 tickets every single week. So at the end of the day, the reason that other clubs have higher ticket prices is because basically Fulham have less seats and they're in London. And at the end of the day, that's a difference. You know, but right now, at the end of the day, I can only think of Arsenal, who have a higher ticket price. Arsenal are very expensive, right? At the end of the day, Man United are not producing on the pitch. We're producing dog crap every single week. So right now, to put the prices of the tickets up and the season tickets up, it's shot themselves in the foot. Why? Because I can tell you why. People were offering me tickets for the game. I've never seen so many tickets available for a Saturday game because of what they did. At the end of the day, you know what? If you're going to raise the price of the tickets, you better goddamn make sure that the football is good, because people are not going to buy those tickets, guys. To be honest, they're doing things a little bit backwards, in my opinion. All right? That's just my opinion. Of course, guys. We should go for Gio Reyna. He has more experience than being a BVB. Number 10 can also be... Reyna's been there a long time, hasn't he, Sniper Man? Reyna, of course. Yeah, decent player. American international, isn't it? American international. Big up. Decent player. Also, Sal, do you rate Courtois? Very much so. I think he's the best goalkeeper in the world, Sniper Man. I really do. I think he is the best goalkeeper in the world. I think him and Donnarumma would be a fantastic signings for Man United in goal. I think although that Courtois is a little bit injury prone at the moment, he's been out a while for Real Madrid. I would go for Donnarumma. Donnarumma, he's got that presence about him. He can come out and catch the ball. He can do things like that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, and I feel like having a goalkeeper like that rather than a goalkeeper that creates anxiety, nervousness, indecisiveness, and things like that. That's what I would do, of course, guys. Absolutely. Feel bad. Big up Sniper Man, of course. I'm starting to dislike Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He's constantly firing on the stage and discussing. I never wanted Ineos. We never wanted Ineos, Mac. I know that, you know what, but we have no choice but to, you know what, ride with it at the moment. What they're doing at the moment is not good. It's not good, guys. And no one can say it's good at the moment, raising season ticket prices, raising the prices of tickets at the end of the day, when things are already expensive in England, right, at the end of the day. And you know what? Right now, maybe do it down the line. Maybe do it down the line when you've invested a few more transfer windows, when Man United are winning, then maybe raise the ticket price. But right now, it just seemed like a very foolish thing to do if you want to get the Man United fans on side, right? And at the end of the day, this doesn't mean that Man United are going bankrupt. This doesn't mean that this RIP Man United. This basically means that they're making money the way they can make money. They're making money so they can invest it in other areas of the football club, like that. Do you know what I mean? So they're penny pinching to make money there, to do that there, to do that there. And then at the end of the year, they look at the books and they say, oh, okay, we've made this, we profit that, we profit that. Do you know what I mean? At the same time, what we can say is this, right? Is that they want to make Man United a successful football club. They do. And you know what? They're doing it the way they seem fit. But I guarantee you, they better do it quickly and they better do it right. Because if they don't do this right, they're in a bit of a mess. Because you know what? People are starting to turn. People are starting to turn already, guys. And we're not going to blame the manager. You know what I mean? We're not going to blame the manager because there's only so far you can push that narrative. You know, there's only so far you can push that narrative. And that's the thing. Absolutely, absolutely. Big up, big up, big up. But if Qataris would get us deeper into FFP, who cares about FFP at the end of the day? No one really does. Qatar are very shrewd, intelligent people, Sniper Man. They would have done it. They would have done a better job because they would have paid off our debt and we have better FFP because they would have paid off our debt. The reason our FFP is so bad is because we're so highly in debt. We still owe money from previous transfers. Qatar would have paid that off. They would have paid that off. Everything would have been set from ground zero. Everything would have done from ground zero, of course. You know, Arabs, they spend money. They do well. Look at the UAE, look at Qatar, look at Bahrain, look at Oman. Fantastic places. World infrastructure, invested money well. Fantastic places at the end of the day, you know. And you know what? They will build Man United up. They would. At the end of the day, it was all about a full sale for me. A full sale, Glazers out, debt cleared. Three things. I didn't care who it was, right? But they were the only ones on the table. Ineos facilitated their purchase of the club, of course. So who is going to take care of kicks at the club? That's my question. Me. Nah, I'm going to be sitting there ironing. I'll be ironing all the clothes and stuff, all the kits. Yeah, it'd be someone else. There probably is someone there in the club. Probably Jim Ratcliffe will do it himself. Big up RIP Pep. Big up, big up. Rasta, there was a wives. Absolutely. They got the wives to do it. Absolutely, mate. Sal, cost cutting by getting rid of ordinary working player bills. That is not cost cutting. The trim wages set the example, run the club professional, listen to the fans. Absolutely, but this is what it is. It is what it is. At the end of the day, you know, it doesn't mean Man United are going bankrupt. It just means that they are stingy, and that's what they're doing. And they're creating a lot of heartbreaking scenarios for a lot of those staff there. People I knew, you know what I mean? Some of them I've met, you know, and at a time then we've lost Cafe of reception, you know, they're still going ahead with business as usual, and getting rid of all those people, of course, guys. But one thing I would never do, and one thing I wouldn't do, is overemphasize things, over-sensationalize things to make them a big, to get clicks. And that's what people are doing right now. Overemphasize the thing. RIP Man United. No. Guys, Man United, 1958, 1968, 1974. Listen, we've been through a lot in our history, guys. A lot in our history. Saying things like that is disrespectful. Okay? And that's what I think I would say. Absolutely. Very disrespectful. Big up Brian, big up Jim, of course. Man United will still be the best team in the world. Mighty D, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Nice to get a positive comment. A little bit zealous, but you know what? Nice to get it either way. Big up Brian, big up everyone, of course. I mean, he won a player of the match. One player of the match doesn't obviously create history, did it really? No. I'm fine, thank you, Jim. Big up, everyone. Sal, did I comment on one of their status? Which one? Never mind. Greece United. DM me, I'll tell you. And yeah, definitely. And yeah, look, you know what? There's only one person who put RIP Man United on their thumbnail, and I don't F with that. You know what I mean? I didn't like that. And at the end of the day, we'll be speaking about it later. I'm going to have a couple of people on the show, and I will be speaking about that kind of thing later, because at the end of the day, the over-sensationalism to get clicks and likes and stuff like that is not what we should be doing at the end of the day, especially for people who are not United fans, guys. Absolutely. What about De Gea and Alenga? Nah, De Gea, yeah. Normally, I don't comment on other people's status. So I'll carefully choose who people I chat with. Big up. Absolutely. The Courtois is getting old and injured. I like Donnarumma. I think Donnarumma, we should have got him a while back. We should have got Donnarumma. Donnarumma should have been the guy. He should have been the guy, but De Gea shouldn't have been sold, in my opinion. De Gea was fantastic. I wouldn't have sold De Gea, in my humblest of opinion, guys. Absolutely not. What do you think about Ashford's desire to bring in a moneyball approach to recruitment like Brighton? Why was Ineos resistant to this new approach? Takes away the power from Ineos, doesn't it, Almac? At the end of the day, they want to do things their model. And the thing I've noticed about Jim Ratcliffe and Brailsford, especially those two, because they seem very close, is that they're very opinionated, they're very stubborn in what they do, and they won't move away from what they want to do. Maybe Ashford had some ideas that he wanted to put forward, and they didn't agree with it. And at the end of the day, maybe a clash happened, and that is obviously led to them sacking, obviously, Ashworth. Now, Ashford will be fine. He'll find another job somewhere else. But at the end of the day, it's the principle. You know, at the end of the day, we've got far more pressing issues than our sporting director. Of course, we've got players on the pitch that are down tooling and not running and not fighting for the badge. We've got people like that at the football club, you know, earning 350,000 a week, of course, guys. So at the end of the day, one thing I would say is that, you know what, they better get this right, and they better make sure it's right, guys, because they are on watch. I'm not going to say fraud, because I don't think we should say things like that. But you know what? They are on the watch. I'm watching them with a watchful eye, guys. I'm watching them with a watchful eye. And you know what? I hope they succeed. I hope so, because at the end of the day, they succeed, we succeed. Man United succeed. And that's what I want at the end of the day. But one thing they are is this is precisely the reason that we wanted a full sale, is because I knew that they were stingy. I've spoken to Nice fans before they came into the club. You know, I've spoken to Nice fans. You know, and they've told me that they promised this, they promised that, and they don't deliver. They do cutbacks, they do petty change, and they don't deliver. What's happening right now? At the end of the day, this is happening right now. Look, I don't want to speak about self-righteousness. I'm so right, you're so wrong. I told you. It's nothing to do with that, because this ultimately is about the football club. And we want the football club to succeed. That's the most important thing, of course, guys, is the football club succeeding in the long run, of course. Grayo, the legend is Grayo. What's going on, Grayo? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Just a quick visit before I go to work. I'm really getting pissed off with Ratcliffe and Ineos right now. To be honest, they are actually behaving like blood politicians. Grayo, lovely comment, brilliant comment. They're vultures, mate. They're all vultures. Absolutely, they're vultures. You know what I mean, man? You know, they got so much their money, and they're still cutting back on the normal the normal people like me and you. They're cutting back on. Do you know what I mean? People with mortgages, people have kids, people like that. It's sad, isn't it? To be honest, to be fair, it is really sad, of course. 38 likes already this morning. Keep hitting the like button, subscribe, and thank you so much, Gray. You're a legend. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, if you're new, and smash a like on the video. Very important, guys. Very important, of course, for the channel. I'm under 10 away from 5,000 subscribers, guys. So you guys are the reason, the life, soul, and blood of this channel, guys. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, I respect all of you. Absolutely. Thank you for all your support over the last few months, of course, guys. It's been a hell of a journey. Up and downs, more downs than ups, but hopefully we can get up some more times, guys. Hopefully we'll get more ups than downs, guys. Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing I will let these players do. If these players don't perform for Man United, if they don't want to perform for Man United, this is what I'll make them do, guys. It's this. That was Thiago Silva for Fluminense walking one end of the pitch on his knees, right? Because they lost the game. They're fighting relegation, right? At the end of the day, if these players don't want to perform for the football club, make them walk on their knees for one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch. That's what they should be doing, walking on their goddamn knees until their knees are sore. That's what they should be doing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I would say. That's a good way. Obviously, that's a good way to punish, of course. Sorry, guys, I have to go to work now. Big up, Grayo. Good to see you, mate. Always good to have Grayo in the house, of course, guys. Very, very good to have him, of course, guys. I'm very glad Grayo is here. Good to see Grayo through the door, guys. Of course, Almac. It seems like Ineos collects top administrators and it isn't clear who is in charge of the what. Too many chefs, absolutely. Too many, not enough Indians, absolutely. Too many sheriffs, not enough Indians. And too many chefs spoil the broth, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. I get what you mean, Almac. Absolutely, definitely. Too much sugar on your cornflakes, too much sugar on your Weetabix. Absolutely, whatever it is. At the end of the day, they did get too many people in the football club. I said that at the beginning. There's too many people around, too many voices, too many personalities, more important. There's too many personalities at the football club. Too much of it, guys. And if I'm being honest with you, you know, what I would say is that, you know, these people, they're vultures, you know, and they made the wrong choice in getting certain people through the door. The thing that annoyed me is that we spent weeks trying to get Ashford, and we spent a lot of money getting him out of his gardening leave from Newcastle United, and then we end up sacking him after 5 months. You know, it's a waste of money for me. It's a waste of money. Imagine what you can do with that, obviously. Brian, he moves quicker than Rashford. to the touch. Absolutely, he does. Absolutely, he moves quicker. Oh, poor Rashford, guys. Well, Rashford's been cooked here, guys. Sorry, guys. He moves quicker than Rashford. He's been cooked here. Absolutely been cooked. Sorry about that. Yeah, if Marcus Rashford is watching, but who cares? He needs to perform for the football club. He needs to perform for the football club. That's what he needs to do, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. But you know what? It is another day. It is another drama for Manchester United, and we hope that it just calms down somewhat a little bit. I absolutely feel sorry for Ruben Amorim right now, because Ruben Amorim left a nice, cushy job at Sporting Lisbon for Man United for this drama. Guys, for this drama. He must be thinking in his head, what the hell have I stepped into? What the hell have I stepped in? But I hope, and I have fingers crossed, everything crossed, that, you know what, Ineos has spoken to Ruben Amorim, explain to him what we're going to do, explain to him that these cuts are going to happen, explain to him that what players we're going to bring in. I really hope so. Absolutely. Love you too, Jim. Big up, Jim, the legend, of course, guys. Big up, Jim. Big up, Jim. Big up, Jim. Of course, this is a stream. I totally said to you, I know what I'm promoting anyway, but only Stretford post. Big up, Jim. Nothing to do with you, brother. I'm just talking about other people in regards to sensationalist headlines and stuff like that. They shouldn't be doing that, my friend. Absolutely. And you know what? When you put the name of Manchester United in your mouth or on your stream or on your thumbnail, be careful what you say. That's all I would say. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about other fan channels and stuff like that, but we know who they are anyway. We know what they do. But one thing we would say is that everyone is frustrated right now. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone is like, you know what, doom and gloom at the end of the day. Guys, be positive. Try and resonate your positivity to the football club, because at the end of the day, it will get better. Man United will be where they're supposed to be. I guarantee you're not going to be wrong. Man United will climb up that table, and Man United will start winning, guys. And when we do start winning, it will be that little bit more sweeter when we do start winning. Because when we win, we understand the pain. We understand the 11 years of the crap that we've had to endure all this time. The crap that we've had to endure, not only from the media, not only from the rival fans, but from our own fans, guys. And that is the problem, you know. And at the end of the day, we hope that Man United get back to where they go. Unfortunately, things happen, you know, lateral damage happens. This is what it is at the end of the day. Ineos do the business the way they want to do it, but it's exactly why I was fighting for Qatar for many, many months, fed out with people, arguing with people slandering me. I went on Qatar television. I was speaking about it. At the end of the day, you know what? This is what it is, and we have to accept what it is right now. We have to accept where we are right now, and we cannot dwell on it now. We cannot dwell on it. We cannot, obviously, turn back the time. Oh, if only we could turn back the time, of course, guys. If only we could, but we can't. And we just have to live with it and hope that it succeeds and hope that everything goes well for Man United. Ineos, are very, very loud what they're doing at the moment. You know what? They're upsetting a lot of people. Those people have families, you know, and that is spreading across the board, of course, guys. When hundreds of people are being fired, those people are made redundant, those people have families, and that is getting spread across the board, guys, of course. Big up Rasta, my friend. 9 a.m. my time, mate, going to get some rest. Big up Rasta, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Have a good sleep, have a good rest, mate. Absolutely positive, exactly, with wins, exactly what we need, and with a healthy, positive fan base. Also, big up, brother, big up, Greek. You know what? It's very bad. We know what the Glazers are about. We know what Ineos are about. They slept with the Glazers. They slept with the Glazers, guys. Ineos slept with the Glazers. That's what they did. You know, and at the end of the day, we couldn't expect anything less from them. The way they conduct themselves, you know, we couldn't expect it. They facilitated our arch enemy. Then call yourself a Man United fan. At the end of the day, this is what we were saying for ages, and people were saying this, people were saying that to me, you know, and you know what? At the end of the day, we've got it. You know, we reap what we sow. At the end of the day, you reap what we sow. We lost. We didn't get a full sale. That's it. It's over in regards to that. We have to support what Ineos have to do. Ineos do things their way. If they do things their way, we have to support it, of course. And you know what? I don't like the fact that many people are losing their jobs. I think it's absolutely horrifying. I think it's absolutely heartbreaking for many people who have mortgages or have kids and stuff like that. You know, it's sad. The kit man, for example, that I brought up earlier in the show, the kit man, you know, being kicked out of the football club, for goodness sake, you know, been there for 25 years. And then they give him a shirt with 25 on it. Mate, it's just like, you know what? I mean, come on, you know, we're Manchester United, man. I know I keep putting that point there. I keep throwing that out there that we're Manchester United, but we never would have conducted ourselves like this under Sir Alex. Never. It would never happen, man. It would never happen. You know, we're Sir Matt Busby. You know what I mean? We come from a long line of history and class, man. History and class. Big up Fanatic 8. How you doing, my friend? Too many chefs, not enough Indians. Too many chiefs, I think Mac meant. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Not sheriffs. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. You've got it right. You've got it right, Fanatic 8. Absolutely. Fanatic 8 is the man. He's corrected us on that one. I said too many sheriffs. Flipping hell. Too many sheriffs, not enough Indians. Absolutely. Big up Fanatic 8. Right. Yes. There you go. Big up Fanatic 8. Fantastic. Good to have him back, of course, guys. Big up everyone, of course, guys, who's joined me. And you know what? You know, things can only get better. I'm sounding like Tony Blair Labour. You remember that? Things can only get better. Now I found you and you and you. Not you. Because you're out of the club and you've been made redundant. Absolutely. Manchester United for you. Yeah, I mean, the Netflix series of all time. I mean, I don't know why they made a Tottenham and Arsenal Netflix series when Man United are out there, because Man United would sell. Man United would sell Netflix subscriptions all day long. If there was a camera on Manchester United, my goodness me, I'll be watching every single week. It would be gripping stuff, guys. Gripping stuff. And at the end of the day, because what's going on at Man United is absolutely crazy right now. And you know what? We can only hope that it works out for our football club. Because at the end of the day, we're here for football. We want football. That's what we want. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about the football club. And that's all I care about at the moment. The football club and the fans. And that's what the life and blood of the club is the fans. You know, the fans have been priced out. You know, unfortunately, they've raised the ticket prices. They've raised the season ticket prices. The thing is, it's not just one person. Most people, when they go to football matches, they go with 3 or 4 of their kids, 2 or 3 of their kids, and it costs a lot of money added up, doesn't it? Like an extra ticket, basically. So that is the problem, isn't it? You know, and I hope we don't lose our football club. I hope we don't lose the soul of our football club, what made me fall in love with this great football club, the history of this football club. I hope we don't lose that, you know, because when I used to go to Man United, when I was a child, what struck me about Man United was the family atmosphere. It was a family atmosphere. Kath epitomized that. She represented that family atmosphere. You know, because that's what Man United were, right from the manager, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. No matter who it was a family atmosphere and everyone knew each other's names. That is how Man United were back then. Nowadays, it seems like we're turning into what we didn't want to become. We're becoming a sacking club, right? We're becoming a mediocre club. We're becoming a stingy club, a club that likes to get rid of people on 30 grand a year, but keep players who down tool them every single week on first 350 grand a week. I don't want us to continue in this way. I want us to be what we're supposed to be, what we made a name for being, our reputation, why we built our reputation up over 100 years to get where we are, to have this reputation. Penny pinching, stuff like that, people, fans, sensationalizing things, bigging up things for clicks, making these things, making up stories for clicks and stuff like that, unoriginal content, copying people, this, that, and at the end of the day, it's a circus, guys, right now. It's a circus. But the only thing we can say is that we hope it improves and we hope it moves forward, because things can only get better. And the only way is up, baby, with you and me now. So if you know, you know. So at the end of the day, I wish Syneos the luck. I wish them luck. But I don't agree with everything they're doing. I don't. There's ruthlessness, then there's cruelty, right? There's ruthlessness and there's being cruel. At the moment, I think they're being cruel, and I think that many people who have been done so much for the football club are no longer at the football club. The people down there, the little peasants are being removed because you corporate little snobby little prawn eating, caviar sucking, blood sucking vultures want to get your way and save a few pennies. It's disgusting, isn't it? I trust Amorim and I trust Ruben Amorim, and I hope that Ruben Amorim has the chance to bring in these players and remove the dead wood that have been there for so many years, flattering to deceive, underperforming, etc., etc., etc. Time for change, guys. But right now, we don't have it in regards to our ownership. They're not showing us. They're not filling us with confidence. When they're penny pinching, it gives people doubts, doesn't it? It makes people doubt that, are they the guys? Have we got money? Are we bankrupt? And things like that. It's sad, isn't it? Big up, Amir. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is cool with you. So one thing I remember and one thing I miss is Manchester United Football Club. And I think we should change our crest back to that. I think we should change the crest back to Manchester United Football Club. Because that's what we are ultimately. The working man's club, not the Jim Ratcliffe club, not the snobby golf-playing, caviar-sucking club. We're Manchester United built by the working man, the miners, who work every single day, hours, some of us 12 hours. I used to leave my job as a 12-hour shift and go and see Man United. I used to do a night shift, 12 hours, and go and see Man United in the afternoon and then get a train back and go work the next day. They wouldn't understand that, would they? They wouldn't understand what that is. They wouldn't have a clue, to be honest with you guys. We hope it improves, of course, guys. We hope it improves, of course. Of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. One thing's for certain, we wouldn't become a corner kick team. We wouldn't become a corner kick team. Corner. Absolutely not. We'll never become a corner kick team. But Ahmad has been speaking, guys. Our great friend Ahmad has been speaking, of course, to journalists. Let's read some of his quotes from yesterday, guys. Basically, it's a position I already covered at Atalanta in regards to the wing-back position, guys. It's a position I already covered at Atalanta under Gasperini, but it was more towards the middle. This wing-back position is kind of a new me. I tried to do it, and the coach is helping me. I'm enjoying every moment. Every moment. Big up, of course. He's been a credit, hasn't he, Ahmad? He's been an absolute credit to us all, of course, guys. Absolutely. The way he's conducted himself in that position. A new position for him, of course, guys. Absolutely. He goes on to say, I always try to repay the coach's trust. We've been on good terms since he arrived. He's always tried to help me, especially because I am new, playing a new role. There you go. Lovely comments from Ahmad in regards to the manager. Great comments from Ahmad Diallo, of course, guys. We tried to follow the coach's philosophy. He speaks to the players. He was a footballer himself, so he understands our feelings, and we are happy to have him. Lovely comments. Of course, he's going to say nice things. Let's remember that. The players are always going to say nice things about their coaches, of course, guys. Absolutely. They're going to say nice things about that, about their coaches. I am so happy to have Bruno as my teammate here. He speaks Italian, so we have a special bond. Yeah, there you go. I mean, to be honest with you, it looks like a bit like the spaghetti junction when you look at his running map. We're talking of Italians. the Spaghetti Junction. I know that's in America, but spaghetti, if you know what I mean. Absolutely, pick up. He told me some things to improve during the games and asked me to be more focused towards the end of the game because that's when you see the champions. Not being funny, but I don't think Bruno knows much about champions. He hasn't been a champion for Man United, has he? So you know what? I would take that with a pinch of salt. But nice comments, of course. Very, very, very nice comments, of course, guys. Absolutely, Jim. And my players and hardcore people lost their... Absolutely, Jim. I do as well because I know how that feels, guys. I've been on the edge of nowhere. I've been unemployed. I've been on that bad path, guys. I've been on that path. You know what I mean? On the street. I've been there, guys. I know how it feels. I feel for those people. I feel for those people who lost their jobs. You know what I mean? Those people out there. That's why I don't like making fun of it. I don't like glorifying the fact that we're losing jobs, the fact glorifying or sensationalizing that we're bankrupt and, you know, for clicks. I don't do that because I know how it feels. I've been there. I was raised in a very, very poor environment in East London, guys. You know what I mean? So I know where I come from and I know how these people must be feeling. It's not easy. It's hard, you know, and at the end of the day, when you got some corporate, arrogant snob, basically dictating things, cutting up, you know, cutting people down, you know what I mean, on 30 grand, if that, not including tax, it's terrible, isn't it? You know, and at the end of the day, when they pay their mortgages, when they pay their phone bill, when they pay their gas bill, when they pay their water bill, when they pay their, you know, their mortgages and rent, how much money are they left with? Truly, really and truly. How much is the average Joe left with? You know, and that's one thing I will always advocate for is the people. You know, it's easy as a snob, a billionaire, to just cut and ignore people. That's easy, isn't it, to do? But I disagree with it. Man United weren't built like that, Jim. Man United come from the working class man and woman. I think you should stick that in your head. I think you should understand who you've taken charge of. I think that is what you should be concentrating on. Learn our history. Maybe do that. Maybe walk around with the guy who does that with Ruben Amorim, rather than before you sack him, guys. Before you sack him, go and do that. Go and do that. Guys, I would like to thank every single one of you for listening to this stream. You're absolute legends. I know it's a passionate time for Man United, and I know it's a difficult time for Man United, but we have to stay firm. As fans of this great football club, we have to stay firm. We have to stay, you know what, into reality and not over-sensationalize things. We're in a bad place at the moment, but you know what? Man United have suffered adversity for all their history. And we will be back, guys. And we'll be here for it. We'll be here celebrating for it. We will be back. Love to Jim, love to Fanatic 8, love to Brian, all you guys, Rasta Stocks, all you guys, the legends in the chat calls. Of course, guys, absolutely. Almac, Grayo, of course, a legend, Grayo, of course. Love to everyone who's joined me today, guys. Sanjay, everyone who's joined me today, guys. Our Afro Soup, absolutely everyone. We're all Man United at the end of the day. And all we want is a successful football club. We want our football club back. And we want to be sitting here talking about football, not talking about politics, not talking about crap. We want to sit here talking about our great football club. And that's why I tend to go to the past sometimes. I tend to bring in Cantona and Keane and Pallister and Bruce, these players, Ryan Giggs. You know, I tend to do that because that is what fills me with joy. That is why I fell in love with Man United, because of this, because of our past. We didn't have none of this. You know, and to be honest with you, FC Pilsen, Victoria Pilsen on Thursday, away from home, a win for Man United. Let's get back into action. Let's get Man United going. Let's get Ruben Amorim's army reignited. Yeah, and let's get it going, guys. Because I believe in Ruben Amorim. I believe in this process. I believe in him. I think he's a fantastic manager. I don't think we're going to get many managers better than him. Big up, Jim. Big up, Amir. Big up, Amir, of course. So I don't think we're going to get many better managers than Ruben Amorim now. There's no more solutions, guys. We've done it all. We've had the ex-pro. We've had the experience. We've had the young manager coming up. What do we want to do now? You know what I mean? What do you want to do now? Those players need to be held accountable for their actions. Those players are the ones that need to be held accountable, especially those experienced players who've been there 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They're the ones who should be held accountable. Not Sharon, who works upstairs selling magazines or newspapers or burgers. Not Steve, who works in the bloody program shop, the little hut that you buy your programs from. You know? Bless up, Fanatic, mate. See you later, Kazi. Absolutely, inshallah. See you later, mate. Absolutely, see you later. So, guys, have a fabulous day. See you later on, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to join me for Chatterbox later. Great show I've got coming up for you, so don't miss it, guys. Brilliant to have you on stream. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. You're absolute legends, every single one of you. Have a fantastic, fantastic day, evening, night, morning, wherever you are. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. Take it easy. Glory, glory, Man United. Peace.